This is way better now because the light's not directly in my face. Yay. Still getting these on though because they're still... Ah, shit. God damn it, Sammy. Yeah, my cat's on the butt.
Yeah, you can see right there. Yeah, that's right. Being fat and lazy. Wait, he like... Okay, his eyes open. Oh, his earphones. Yeah, whatever. We'll just continue on with the video.
I kind of want to talk about something that relates to... Think quicker, you slow bastard. I think this kind of relates to one thing that's relating to me, such as expectations for comedy movies. No, I'm kidding. I already did expectations for things. Why do certain movies get a franchise? I mean, it's literally, guys, I mean, this is actually what I'm talking about. Why do movies get a franchise? Some of them don't really have that. It's not really necessary. We are seeing so many young adult franchises being produced every year. I mean, last year we were introduced to the Divergent series and the Maze Runner series. I never heard of these things. I remember like last year we had like Mortal Instruments, The City of Bones. 2 years ago. We also, by chance, I think it all started really when Twilight came. It was such a massive success, even though it was never that well received by people. Some people actually didn't really like it. My sister, she doesn't like all of them. She hates Kristen Stewart. There's a reason. You obviously know what it is. Anyways, guys, I kind of want to talk about some things, such as why are these films getting franchises? I mean, I feel like there are some films that don't deserve type of franchise. They're trying to get some sort of franchise out of so many Happy Madison films. They're making sequels. I mean, they made a sequel to Grown Ups. Deuce Bigalow. I never saw the first one. I don't even care to see that. They also made one to Paul Blart Mall Cop. I hated it. Same for Grown Ups 2. And I heard the sequel to Deuce Bigalow was hated massively. Though not as much as Grown Ups 2 and Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. However, they also made one to Joe Dirt. First movie being the first Crackle movie produced by Crackle. You know that website, free stream movies. Yeah. But why is that? What's the point of a franchise? Now, this is one that I think that the Black Critic guy said for Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. This franchise, like, this movie is supposed to be made some sort of, like, franchise name, Paul Blart. Even though it's not really worthy, it was not even close to worthy of a franchise, it wasn't even that worthy of a first film, because I didn't think it was all that good. It's obvious that with a big franchise name, you can stay relevant, and of course, be bigger than you were when you made the first film. It was weird. But also, I feel like there's a lot of franchises that go on for too long. I heard the Terminator franchise is one of them. I mean, I love the first two. James Cameron gave us such a unique, interesting future with fantastic action sequences, and the second one had groundbreaking special effects. Great cast members, badass female action heroine in Sarah Connor, though the best will always be Ellen Ripley from Aliens. The problem is that after that movie, after Judgment Day, which is the second one, he left. And this was the guy who made the franchise good. The third one came along. Yeah, I didn't like that movie at all. I didn't really hate it, but I seriously thought it was just awful. I mean, it really just repeated the same things from the third film. It didn't really do anything new. Sometimes the blending of comedy and action didn't really work as much as the set didn't really work, really. I also thought it was kind of stupid. I thought there are some entertaining action sequences, but overall it repeats the same things, and it's kind of really just a plot hole. A big plot hole. I feel like they destroyed all evidence of Skynet in the second film. How is it possible they would create Skynet in the third film? Now, I don't remember the film all that much, but I kind of wanted to forget it because I didn't think it was all that good. The fourth film, however, Salvation, directed by frequently hated director McG fucking sucked. It was awful. I hated it. No Arnold, PG-13 rating, over-relying on special effects, and also giving us a twist that we already knew because the trailer ruined it. Also, the fact is, it's a story that we don't care about because there's just no substance, really. Also, the visual effects, they were kind of good, but overall, the action sequences were just too toned down. It's PG-13 for Christ's sake. For fuck's sake. I know, I'm just cursing incessantly and it kind of makes no sense. But wow, this is just a bad movie. And it just ruined everything that made the first two great. Lacking any sort of emotion, any sort of humanity, and having so many problems with it. I mean, Christian Bale freaking out on set. Yeah, I think we already know that. Anyways, another franchise that has overstayed its welcome, there's actually a couple. I mean, the Saw franchise, from what I heard, really overstayed its welcome. The first one was such a major hit, sleeper hit, and then started spawning sequel after sequel after sequel that became more of torture porn. The first movie I know is considered more of a detective thriller. I guess so. I've never seen it. I might. Not a huge horror fan though. Then after a while, the movies became more body horror, becoming more complicated. From what I heard, more complicated in terms of the plot, but also just becoming more disgusting. Really, just being becoming torture porn, basically. So what the fuck? Hold on a minute. Just checking the time. But anyways, guys, there's just really not much of a thing there. I mean, this is a franchise that doesn't deserve much of a credit. I mean, comedy, with the Happy Madison movies getting sequels, what's the point of that? Really, those are done just to keep these actors relevant when they're not. They've overstayed their welcome, guys. I mean, Rob 2 was awful, you look like shit. Paul Blanc Up 2, you look like shit again, Kevin James. Stop doing that to yourself. You look like a fucking idiot. Joe Dirt 2. Yeah, David Spade, you are probably one of the biggest idiots. Yeah, just don't do it. They're also the biggest idiots. I mean, Adam Sandler, Chris Rock did top 5. I still haven't seen it. I want to. He's been doing fine on his own. It's really he actually do something, and he actually doesn't need Happy Madison to make him look like a fucking idiot and underutilize his comedic talent. Another problem I have with these franchises. I mean, the problem is we're trying to keep these big names going. The problem is all these big name franchises need to cut off at some point. Terminator should have just been left off at the second film, because that was a very satisfying ending and it worked perfectly. However, guys, there are several problems I had with some franchise names. Transformers, I mean, they have a new trilogy already on the way, even though the fourth one was just panned all over the place. Panned by critics, hated by people, and just was only a big success because of being released in China. It would have been probably the lowest grossing film in the series. If not maybe the second lowest grossing film. Behind beating out the first one. I don't know. But this is fucking ridiculous, guys. I mean, what the fuck? It's just like these Transformers were never that overseas to begin with. Some people like the first one. Seeing right now. Yeah, I'm touching better now. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Problem is, I mean, the franchise was never that popular to begin with, and it fell into mass obscurity after Revenge of the Fallen came out, which won Worst Picture, becoming the highest grossing film to win the Razzie for Worst Picture. And then, of course, Transformers 3 was nominated for several Razzies, and then 4 was nominated again, winning Worst Supporting Actor for Kelsey Grammer, Worst Director for Michael Bay, and once again being nominated for several Razzies. Just stop, please. It's not worthy. You made me a lot of money because some people still like Transformers. To be honest, you really had a lot of foreign territories that probably had no other big explosion fest to see and probably enjoy them. I don't know. Also, you had China, a big market. A big market. I mean, one of the most densely populated countries in the world. Actually, the most densely populated. The most populated, second being India. Basic known fact. But seriously, guys, what the fuck? What the fuck? Do you really think this is, like, these franchises are not good? People don't like them anymore. They want them to go away. Maybe you should respect that. Think about that. Another bad franchise is they're trying to get a franchise out of TMNT. Now, I never saw the Michael Bayified 2014 version with the CGI Turtles, directed by Jonathan Liebesman, but I heard it sucked. One guy I know considered one of the worst movies ever made. That says something. Bravo, Bay. You fucked with you raped our childhood again. Just what the fuck. I seriously don't understand you. I don't understand why the fuck you do this. You made The Rock. I really like The Rock. Why do you fuck up with movies now? Because you get a lot of money for it? Just fuck you, Bay. Go away. Or improve. If you don't improve your next film, when you direct your next film, I'm fucking done with you. Actually, I've never been with you guys. I saw The Rock, and of course we've all seen the Bad Boys movies, but I've never seen Transformers, and I kind of stay away from them because I wasn't really all that interested in them, and I heard they weren't all that great. Now let me think about this. What was I on? Oh yeah, TMNT. They're getting a second one out. What's the point of that? The first one was hated. Do you think you could just really satisfy audiences with this one? Really improve upon mistakes you made in this film? I doubt it. If you had CGI turtles that were bloated and you kind of ruined the film and you kind of basically great childhoods, why? Why would you do that? You can't get a franchise off that. If you can just keep making them fall into obscurity every day. Sure, you make money off it, but do you really deserve that money that you're getting? Think about that. I mean, these franchises are really just, now all these franchises, I'm seeing all these young adult novels and shit, they're just done to get money out of them. A lot of them are just, they don't care. Sometimes they start off this franchise hoping to get all the money they want, and it fucks up because it's just either terrible or it doesn't do good at the box office. Usually it's because it's terrible. That's usually the case. I feel like that usually some of these franchises are not necessary because they just feel like they're just going to feel the same. They're not going to add anything really new to it. It's just fucking stupid. Anyways, guys, that is my take. That's my comment on franchises. Actually, I need to conclude this. Actually, it needs to be better. I just feel like these franchises, sometimes they don't really deserve a thing because they're not all that deserving of a franchise because the first one may not be all that good. You know, there's no real potential for improvement, or maybe if you waste it the second time around, what makes you think you're going to improve it the third time? Just, if you can't get right the first time, or even the second time, then why do it again? Really think about that. Now, that's my take on just my problem with franchises. I think some are unnecessary. Comment below. Do you agree with me? Do you think I missed a few points? If I have, comment below some of yours points that I think I didn't state. If you disagree with me, go ahead and say that. Just comment below your opinions and subscribe to my channel for more videos.